Oh, this game is massively underrated, and if you give me 5 minutes, I will explain exactly what is so good about it. And I've got some good news. If you already own a Nintendo Switch, then the chances are you can already play it right now. So this is actually a sequel, or remake, or reimagining, or whatever it is, to a Game Boy game called Donkey Kong, which is a sequel to the original arcade game, which is called Donkey Kong. It's got Donkey Kong. So, Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a game where you need to get a little key to a little door in part 1 of the level, and then you need to go and find a little Mario toy in the second part of the level. It starts really simple with a pretty narrow moveset, but pretty much every new level introduces like something new that you can do, and by the end of it, you've got like a pretty complicated moveset. Mario actually has like more moves than a 3-hour game of Monopoly by the end. Oh, come on! You've got front flips, backwards flips, double flips, pole flips, handstands, grabs, and crouches. It's pretty unexpected for a game that kind of looks relatively simple. I actually got this game for the amazing graphics when I was young. Obviously, these days, it's not quite so mind-blowing. You know, it wasn't really meant to be blown up to 60 inches on a big screen. But back when I was a little baby, it looked pretty good on the native hardware.
Oh, it's lasagna.
Each world has a unique theme, a unique color scheme, and its own unique enemies, so it's not exactly ugly in terms of art direction. The animations are actually so smooth. It's actually kind of cool that the little sprites kind of look like proper 3D models from like a GameCube, except they've been shrunk down to this teeny little bitty size so that they fit on the Game Boy Advance's tiny resolution. Oh, that's actually what they are? Really? And it's not just Mario that has 1,000 tricks up his sleeve. The levels themselves are constantly introducing new mechanics that tie into the theme of each individual world. For example, the first world is set in a city, so there's a bunch of garbage cans everywhere, and if Mario stands in place for too long, he gets mugged.
Well, well, well. Look what the Goomba dragged in, if it isn't Mario himself.
Goombas don't have hands, boss. They can't drag.
Okay, fine. Look what the Cheep dragged in.
Why would Cheep be your next thought? But then you reach the second world, and now you're Tarzan, climbing around vines and avoiding fireballs. What do you mean Tarzan never had to dodge fireballs? Well, what was the movie even about? Levels do have a time limit, and you get more points if you can complete them faster, but it kind of seems intended that you play a level once to kind of learn how everything works, and then you play it again so that you can then go back and get that high score afterwards. It's a pretty slow-moving game at the start. It's actually kind of a chill experience to kind of take each level in and decide what you're going to do, and I mean it when I say slow-moving.
Oh.
Though, to be fair, that's actually a mechanic. If you climb up one vine, you're going to go really slowly, but if you climb up 2 at the same time, you go really, really fast. Like Tarzan. He never climbed up 2 vines at the same time. Does it even have monkeys in it? He was raised by... Obviously, there's boss fights, and they're a pretty tasty little slice of banana bread, that's for sure. They're properly creative. They utilize the mechanics from the world that you've just done. Usually it's got Donkey Kong with some kind of mechanic or some kind of contraption to mess with Mario and make it harder for him to repeatedly smash him over the head with various objects.
Bananas.
And I'd appreciate it if you repeatedly smash that subscribe button. No, don't just do it once. Or just a like would be pretty nice, or I'd love it if you left a comment to let me know what you think, or, you know, if you've played this game, if you played it when you were younger, or if you played it more recently on the Switch Game Boy Advance thing. So Mario vs. Donkey Kong also has this fun little mini-game that you get to play at the end of each level to try and earn extra lives. I quite like the one where Donkey Kong's like f***ing with you, and you've got to try and move the presents out of the way so you can save the one that you want. There's also a bunch of cool power-ups, like a hammer. I don't have a hammer, but I got a wrench. Anyway, there's also the mini Mario levels that you get just before each end of world boss. And I kind of find this one to be like the biggest mixed bag of the whole game, because the little toy Marios that you're trying to guide around the level can be kind of annoying sometimes. So on the subject of difficulty, the game starts off easily enough, but as it goes along, it does start to get pretty complicated in a good way. I did sometimes find myself like, and then I have to go there, and then I have to push that bin, and then I have to throw that garbage can up to the hole, and then I have to throw the rhino onto the spikes, and then I have to jump on the spikes, and then I have to make sure that it does feel pretty good when you figure out those harder levels. Like, you get the good feeling of completing a puzzle, which is like, I am so smart. Rather than the bad one, which is like, oh, why did that take so long? So if you've got the super special Nintendo Switch Online Only for Good Boys subscription package where you get the Game Boy Advance game library, I would say it's worth dipping in and giving it a try. You might find yourself kind of addicted to this game. Or if you've got like an original Game Boy Advance copy, then you've probably already played it anyway. Leave a comment to tell me what you think of Mario vs. Donkey Kong, or just to tell me what you think of Donkey Kong, or you can tell me what you think of Mario, or you can tell me what you think of the banana. All right, thanks for watching, you guys. Glenn has done games. Peace.